Hey everyone, this is Robert Copeland. Today I'll be talking about how the NCAA should pay their college athletes. Um, if you can hear like a fan in the background, it's from my laptop. I'm sorry about that. And also I'll be leaning forward to switch through the slides so I can also see it also at the same time. So just kind of work with me here. And the first thing is, if you had $11 billion, what would you do with it? Um, the NCAA uses this just to get facilities, like they dish it out to every school for facilities, as in weight rooms, uh, gyms, stadiums, pretty much everything like that kind of covers all that. Um, and with this money, they could also help provide that for the students too. So even AJ McCarron, if you can see it in the thing, he plays for the Bengals and he's a quarterback. He also used to play at Alabama and had a really good career there, won championships and everything. And he believes that student athletes should also be paid. Um, and in times like this, with the virus and everything, student athletes not being able to have the job because of their work for the school and outside of school with practice and stuff like that, it takes a lot of its toll. Alright, so we'll click to the next slide. Alright. So, my experience. Alright, so my experience coming out of high school, I was actually recruited to play football at a school called William Jewell. It's in Liberty in Missouri, like 10 minutes out of Kansas City. It's a nice little private school, and it's a Division II. So while I was playing there, I didn't get a full ride. It was a partial scholarship. And with that, only Division I schools give full scholarships, if anybody didn't know that. Um, if you're D2, D3, NAIA, you'll more likely than not receive a full ride. You will only get partial scholarship. That's only paying for part of their school. The rest of the money you have to find or take out loans. And out of like thousands of colleges, only 357 schools are counted as Division I schools. So only those schools get their student athletes get full rides. And obviously, students, athletes can't work because, as you can see in the on the slides, that you really just don't have time to do anything other than work out for the school and do your sport. Rather than that, you don't have time for outside things. All right. So why is it a good thing to pay student athletes? For one, it would help student athletes stay in college, as in like they don't, after a year, in my circumstance, I had to transfer just because the school was too much money and the scholarship wasn't enough money for me to pay, so I had to transfer out. So with this, it would help other students stop that from happening, not have to transfer because of the lack of money. It would also give student athletes a chance to support their family if their family's in a tough time, like this crisis or just anything in life. It would also help students not have the urge to go professional all of a sudden because of money. They'll have the money already saved up and money from the school, so they won't have to worry about going professional as fast. It helps smaller schools also because then you'll have more competition at the lower levels because they'll be able to get 4 stars, 5 stars at smaller schools. Therefore, more television for those lower schools. Therefore, more revenue, more money. All right, so next slide. All right, so the argument for why it's not happening. People believe, aka John Thielen, that if this happens, that student athletes will have to pay taxes on the money they receive. Now, with this, the taxes might cover up all the money we receive. That's something that they say, but later on in the presentation, you'll see how I have it laid out that it won't cause that. Also, they believe we're kids still. We don't know how to spend our money, If we spend our money, it would be for the wrong things, like shoes and stuff, instead of like necessities. Okay. And in conclusion, have you figured out what to do with that $11 billion yet? I hope so. It would definitely help student athletes. Now, my solution to this problem would be, if you're a 5-star, then coming out you'd make 10 grand. 4 stars, you would make 8 grand. 3 stars, 6 grand, etc., and so on. And then for the people that are already in school, it can go based off that hierarchy or not. And if you're like a walk-on, you get a base minimum of 2 grand. So that helps everybody out. Also, for people, you can still make money while you're playing. So people that make All-American first team, they'll make 5 grand. People that make it second team will make 3 grand, etc. And so that will help us, you know what I'm saying, want to even play harder for the school, because then we're making even more money for incentives. And if you ask where all this money's coming from, it would be from the TV revenue, from all the schools getting all the new money. Even the lower schools, like I said, would get more money because of this. Thanks again. I've talked to y'all about the rule change and how I hope it will eventually be done. And I'm done.